Hi everyone, welcome back to Happy Rituals. Thank you again for choosing to spend your time with me today. Today I'm going to talk to you about something very near and dear to me, which is how to accept a compliment. I think this is so important, especially for women, but everyone, to learn how to properly accept a compliment. Before we get started, be sure you subscribe before you leave and give this video a thumbs up if you like it. So why is it so hard for people to accept a compliment? It puts us in a vulnerable position, because it's someone telling you what they admire and appreciate about you, which makes a lot of people uncomfortable. And it's definitely, like most of the things that I talk about, a process and a habit that you need to work on and get used to. For so many of us, when someone gives us a compliment, we will do one of several things. So either we will deflect and say, "Thanks, how's your grandchild doing?" Or we'll immediately reciprocate it. So if someone says, "Oh, I like your outfit today," you say, "Oh, thanks, I like your hair." That in and of itself prevents us from enjoying what someone is doing, which is giving us gratitude. It's nice when someone actually takes the time to give you a compliment and take the time to say what they appreciate and admire about you. And when we get uncomfortable, we're immediately going to, because it makes us uncomfortable, we're immediately going to try to do something else. And what I think people do the most when they're complimented is deny and say, so if someone likes your hair, compliments your hair, they say, "Oh, your hair looks great today," or "Oh, I like your haircut." "Oh my God, it's such a mess." "Oh my God, I don't know how to do my hair." Oh my God. It's very annoying. And think about it from this aspect. When you compliment someone and they immediately deny it or reciprocate, it's like, wait a minute, I just gave you a compliment because there was something that I truly thought was true about you, and you immediately are like denying me and telling me that you don't appreciate it, right? So think about it in that aspect. I'm sure it's happened to you where you've complimented someone and they've immediately said, "Oh yeah, no, I got these earrings, I got them for $3 at Goodwill." Okay, that's amazing for one thing. But keep that in mind when you compliment someone. Try to respond the way that you want them to respond. So when someone gives you a compliment, think how you would want someone to react to you. Now, when we talk about compliments, there's certainly a lot that can go with this, right? So there is inappropriate comments, sexual harassment, toxic masculinity, the list goes on. That is an entirely different series of videos. However, let's just focus on founded compliments today, okay? So if someone gives you an inappropriate, well-meaning comment or compliment, a couple of things that you can do depending on your comfort level, how well you know the person, give them the face, right? Everyone's face is going to be different, but you know what I'm talking about, the face, that like disapproving face that your mom used to give you when you snuck cookies or whatever it was that, right? Okay, you guys know what I'm talking about. If that's your level of comfort and where you're at with that person, try something like that. Also, if it's someone you don't know very well, just ignore them and walk away. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Especially like some of these compliments that I'm thinking of, years ago I had lost quite a bit of weight to the point where people are saying, "Oh, you've lost so much weight, when are you gonna stop?" Like, you look great, but when are you gonna stop? Like, that's not a compliment. That's not a thing. Especially like women, we do this to each other. I am guilty of this too. We inadvertently give people inappropriate comments, right? Like, "Oh, you are so pretty," or "Oh my God, you're so skinny." Like, okay, we're gonna talk more about that and women complimenting women. And even though it's truly intended to be a compliment, that puts someone in a more uncomfortable place than what I'm talking about than just with your typical compliment. Something else you can do when you receive an inappropriate compliment is to say, "I know, right?" I do this sometimes. I do this to my mom sometimes. She will tell me, "Oh, that shirt is cute." And I say, "I know, that's why I bought it." Duh. But that's much more in a joking sense. But when it is something that's not appropriate, say, "I know." Like, "Oh my God, you look great today." "I know, right? I look amazing." It's okay to say that. There's nothing wrong with that. Also, when you get an inappropriate compliment, do something to throw them off guard. Spontaneously plink. Act like a pterodactyl. fall asleep, start speaking a different language, you know, do something like that. Like, I love it when I see people do things like that. It's hilarious, and I have a lot of respect for those people. And again, depending on your level of comfort, you could also do something like change the subject. So if someone says, oh, you look really nice in that dress, say, thanks, where's a good place to eat around here? Where do you get coffee around here? How's your kid doing? Something like that. Or, I mean, there's nothing wrong when it's inappropriate and it's not someone that you're comfortable telling them that it's inappropriate, just walk away. But if you do spontaneously blink, please let me know, because I would love to know about that. So in training ourselves to accept a compliment, keep in mind that compliments are a good thing. You know, they boost your ego, they make you happier because they boost your endorphins, they inspire confidence, and they also help to build trust between you and that other person, whether you're giving or receiving the compliment. And take it for what it is. It's gratitude that someone else is sharing with you. Savor it, embrace it, and love it. Now, to start building this habit of graciously accepting compliments, just start by saying thank you. The next time someone compliments you, instead of going into your normal deflection or counter complimenting, just say thank you. That's all you have to do. It may be awkward, and that's okay. Awkwardness is okay. Get comfortable with it. And then the next time, say thank you and make eye contact and smile if you hadn't quite gotten to that point, which is totally fine if you didn't. If someone compliments you and you remember that all you're supposed to do is say thank you, and say someone says, oh my gosh, I love your earrings, and you say, thank you. Yeah, like, that's totally fine. But then the next time when someone says, hey, I really like your hair, say, thank you. Right? You know, it's a process. Just build up to it. And tell yourself, all you're going to do is say thank you. That's okay. Again, there may be an awkward silence, but that's totally fine, because what you did by doing that is accept the gratitude that they offered you, and you started to savor and enjoy it. And the person who gave you that compliment is going to appreciate the awkward silence much more than you counter complimenting or turning it around on them, giving them another compliment or denying it. They're going to appreciate it. Now, once you have established this practice of just saying thank you while making eye contact and smiling, if it's appropriate and if you want to, add a story that goes along with it. So if someone says, those glasses look great on you, say, thank you so much. This is the first time I decided to get colored frames, so I appreciate you giving me that positive feedback. That felt a little unnatural for me because it wasn't a normal situation, but you get what I mean. You certainly don't have to always stop at thank you. It's all dependent on your level of comfort. The point is that after you say thank you, make sure that whatever you share next is a positive reiteration of what they complimented you on. So say that you just gave a speech or a presentation, something like that, and one of the people in the audience comes up to you after and said, oh my gosh, your story really resonated with me. I learned so much from you. Thank you so much. You know, instead of saying something like, oh good, I'm glad you liked it because I thought I did a terrible job. I spoke too fast, blah, 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 blah. You would say something like, thank you for sharing that with me. That's exactly what I was hoping you would get from this. Thank you so much for attending today. Right? It's very simple. It was really authentic, and you gave gratitude back to that person because that person didn't have to give you a compliment. There's no rule or law that says you have to compliment someone after they speak, or that you have to compliment when you like something about them, be it physical or something about their personality. You know, they just truly thought that you would appreciate hearing it. So take it, again, savor it, enjoy it, love it for what it is, and tell them how much you appreciate that. My biggest tip for you with this, when you're just getting started, once you've made the decision to no longer be one of those people who has to deflect every compliment they get, remember to say thank you and embrace the awkward. It's totally fine. Something else that I do, because you know, I'm comfortable accepting most compliments at this point. When people give me an entirely different compliment, right? So like, say that my hair color is different and 5 people are going to tell me, oh my gosh, I love your hair, right? Like, thank you so much. That's fine. But when someone tells me that I'm funny or that I'm smart, I am like, thank you so much. That is the best compliment you could give me. You know, and I feel like that's authentic for me to say, because that is very true. Like, I always want to be funny. I am very sarcastic and my humor does not always come off as funny. So when someone does actually find me funny, I'm very grateful when they want to share that with me. But you know, those are two things I strive to be: smart and funny. So I really appreciate it when someone says that about me, because that is my goal in life. Also, as you try to get started with accepting compliments, start genuinely complimenting others. Sometimes we're hesitant to compliment other people because, for one thing, women compete with each other, which needs to stop. And for another thing, we know that it makes us feel awkward or uncomfortable when someone compliments us, so we don't want to do that to someone else. But I really challenge you to compliment the next person that you see that you really like something. So maybe you even saw someone else do something kind for someone else, or there's a stranger in the store and you just really love her Birkenstocks. You know, just tell them. Even if they don't accept the compliment well, you know, just take that as the learning experience that it is. You know, send them peace and light and love, because that is what they need in their life. And just remember how you felt when you gave someone a compliment, and that's how they responded, and you'll know not to respond that way. So always pay attention to how people are responding to your compliments. And if it is a good friend and you feel comfortable sharing the feedback, that's actually going to help to solidify you getting better at accepting compliments. Because if you compliment one of your friends and they immediately say, "Oh my gosh, this shirt is so old, I can't believe you like it," share with them that, you know, they just deflected or denied a compliment that you gave, and they should say thank you because you meant it and you were sharing gratitude with them. It's totally fine to give friends feedback like that, because that's what friends are for. So thank you again for joining me today. I really hope that you got something out of this video. Let me know how it goes. Leave me some comments below. Tell me what you're going to do. Comment on social media. My social media handles will shortly follow this video. And again, be sure to like and comment and subscribe before you leave. And I cannot wait to see you again next week. Thank you.